All right, here we are.
All right, okay.
Here we are with Bernard Hopkins, a legendary Hall of Famer. Now, Bernard, I had a few questions for
I
you.
got him this last one.
I had a few questions for you. It seems like right now a lot of people, they label a lot of these guys, ducks, that they duck this guy and this guy. You went through it the hard way. You fought a 40-0 Felix Trinidad, 35-0 Kelly Pavlik, Kovalev when he was like 29-30-0. Do you feel like the fighters of today, they don't take those risks that you and the other fighters, the throwback fighters, took?
I don't want to put it on the fighters. I want to give the fighters the benefit of the doubt for those, say if it's 90% of them, I'm just going to say I give them the benefit of the doubt. Because I believe fighters will fight who they need to fight, whether it's for their best interest or not. But I think it becomes business when business is business. I never sway from that or avoid that conversation. But I believe that it starts with who they get their advice from, whether it's a consultant, advisor, promoter, manager. They're gonna listen to those people, and 90% of them are getting the right advice. And then you got the other 10% that they give them the wrong advice because they're thinking about themselves, and that cheats the fans and everybody else that wants to see these type matches. So this will never stop. This happened before this era. It will happen later on in another era. But what can change is the fighters has to take control of their own career and their own destiny, and let those who work for them, because they do work for them, recognize that.
You made the boxing world, recognize you. You came out, like I said, when you were a 3-1 underdog against Felix Trinidad, and that put you.
One more at this, right?
And that put your name, and then once you beat De La Hoya, you were pound for pound number one, undisputed and all that. Do you feel like I said, these other fighters right now, they're not taking that risk that you were willing to take?
I just mentioned that earlier. There has to be a collective.
Because it's easier said than done.
I know, but that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, no matter what I say to you, whether it sounds good or not, it's going to be up to first, whether they managers, they fighters, advisors, or whoever they are, they got to prove it. So we talking about the fighters not doing it because we get caught with the bag, we get caught with the blame. But let me tell you something. I've been in that situation where fighters wanted to fight me and they managers said, no, stay away from him, let's get the other guy. So I already know. Listen, this ain't like unfortunately, we don't have the, say, other sports mentality, where if a player, as of recently, if anybody watching NBA basketball, a player can be uncomfortable, and we had one from Philadelphia named Ben Simmons, who didn't want to be in Philadelphia. His agent, they had to tell him to get out of Philadelphia. He wanted to be out of there, and he didn't play in any games, and he sat outside. We don't do that. Now, I can't give you no better example than that. When fighters start dictating what they want, not after their career is over with, when nobody gives a you-know-what, then we won't be having this conversation. I'm telling you, we won't be having this conversation. Because we still under that slave mentality that we'd rather be led and not learn early and then lead ourselves there. And I use the word slave mentality, control from a higher being on any level. When you change that, then boxing would change, but it must stop. It must start with the individual athlete, because once they realize that they are the athlete, it's their career. And when it's all said and done, it's not going to be this advisor, that manager, that promoter. It's going to be your deeds, whether it's in the Hall of Fame or not the Hall of Fame, whether it's in the Hall of Fame or the Hall of Shame. People are going to say you didn't fight such and such. Look what we're talking about right now. We're talking about fighters not fighting fighters, but we don't know behind them is somebody else that's making the decisions. But they getting caught with the bag, and hopefully when they see this interview, they will realize and recognize that, damn, I got to start speaking up for myself. And going to the media themselves and telling them who they want.
But you did it your way, and then the way it turned out is...
I'm cut from a different cloth, though.
Can nobody say you ducked nobody?
I'm a Jim Brown in my era.
All right, thanks so much, Bernard.